Hey everyone, Mark from Opal Quest. In today's video I'm going to try and cut this piece of beautiful crystal opal from Coober Pedy up around the 23-mile field, which is always good, nice, strong, solid, stable opal. Australian opal obviously, and it's got a bit of sand in it here and there, so we're going to have to try and remove a lot of that. I'll shine a light through it in a second, show you what I'm talking about. So we're not going to get a very big gem out of this, but we shall see. Give it a quick weigh up. It's got to be, hang on, get my favourite scales out. It's got to be, well, we're probably starting out with 10 carats or so, but we're definitely not going to end up with that. So let's let that zero in. Come on. Rightio. So what do we got here? 11.8. So yeah, not too bad a stone. We'll give it a quick measure up. Finally put a battery in this, as you do. Righto, so total roughly 20 mil by, a bit of an average here, probably, 11, 12 mil, and not super thick. 6.9. Narrowest point's probably that little dip in the middle. Yeah, 6 mil. So look, I hope to end up with a stone at least 3 mil thick, nice and clean, double-sided. That's my plan. But we shall see. Right, so next job, get a light. Shine it through it. Alright, just give me a sec, I'll adjust the camera and we'll see if I can get a better picture of that for you. Okay, I've turned the camera down a bit so we can get a better view of this. Beautiful piece of crystal, very clean, but there is still a tiny little bit of sand, especially in this end. So we'll lose quite a bit of this end. So little pockets of sand just in the ends here and there. So first thing to do, we'll get these on the wheels, clean up the edges and go from there. Nice little crystal though, this one. Okay, first step, through the sintered wheels. Lots of water, lots of dust, cools the opal also. Okay, first step is we're just going to remove some of this sand. Big nasty piece there, let's get rid of it. Quite a deep bit just here. Just cut that out there first, have a little bit of a look. Basically just removing all the sand to get a bit of a look at the stone, find out what's the best angle of approach, how much stone we can save. Get a better idea of which side faces better. A very hard stone, which is good. Right, a lot of sand in here. A lot of sand in this piece, so we'll just try and get a bit of that off. So this side is going to be the face, definitely a lot brighter. Quite an interesting pattern on that one. So this is going to be the back, a little bit of potch line through there, which doesn't matter. But so we're going to work on this as the face. We're going to slowly try and work away at this little piece of sand first, and this side we're going to roll that slightly to try and get that out, and then we'll work on this end here. So just gently rolling it over to try and get as much of that sand out and save as much opal as we can. Slowly trying to roll this sand out. And I'll work on this piece here as well. Oh, it's nearly out that piece now. Work on this little corner here. A little bit left. Let's get most of the sand off the face now. There's quite a bit in here still. I'm not too worried about this piece. That's probably going to be our stone there. So I might just, instead of just cutting this away, I might come back at a bit of an angle to see how thick this piece really is. So this end of this stone here is pretty much a waste anyway. I could slice it, but it's not that impressive at the back. A few spots all through it. So I'm just going to grind as much of that away as we can and just see what happens underneath. I think we're going to have to probably lose that much, but we shall see. Slowly roll it out. Use the edge of the wheel now to cut this deep piece out and just see how bad it really is. So you can see this way now, that little black bit of sand, not super deep, so I can just slowly roll that out now. It's pretty much got most of it, a couple of spots in there still. I'm going to still shape the stone as we go. Take that point off there. Bit of a potchy clear jelly corner there, which is not really impressive, so we'll get rid of that. sand there, I'll try and roll out. Haven't cleaned up too bad. A little bit of sand still in here, here and there. We'll try and work out our shape too now. Might just do a nice oval shape down here. Might just roll out this little corner. Just do a bit of sand trapped in there. See that piece of sand's gone all the way through. So if I slice it off, it's probably going to end up this thick, which isn't too bad still. I think I've changed my mind. I was going to turn this, try and get a big claw setting out of this, but I'm now going to make it into a bezel setting, which means I'll slice that sand down flat at the back. So I'll do that later. I'll just get a bit of a shape here first. So I'll just get it roughly squared off. Still sand here we're working on. A lot less colour in this back corner. Not too worried about that. This is nice crystal, but let's give it a shaker. Starting to come along now. I'll turn that into a nice oval. There's a tiny dot of sand right in the centre there. I might remove that now so I know how far I've got to go with it. Pretty much got it. So now I'm just going to do a shaping. It's going to be an oval shape. Alright, so that's a rough shape. I'm going to put that on a dog stick and reshape it perfectly and get a nice polish on there. A little bit of sand in the back, but because it's going to be a bezel set now, that won't matter at all. I'll just make a tiny bit thinner. Okay, time to get that on the dog stick. Okay, here we are with this little crystal that we just did a rough shape on the wheels. Just do a quick measure up. Currently 5.7 carats. And the dimensions are, so 16 by 9 by 5 mil. Alright, so the dilemma we have is it has still got sand in it. So what we've got here is sand on the edges, sand in here, and what I've been thinking is we can either leave it as a 5 carat stone once it's finished. But when you set it, you can actually still see the pocket of sand in the stone, which is an impurity. And that's okay, it doesn't affect the stability at all once it's set in a bezel setting or an inlay, but you know it's in there and it does reduce the value of the stone. So the other option to do is, you can see I've put a pencil on around this just quickly before, we can actually cut the back out of this stone, make it skinnier. It'll probably end up being, probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 mil, I'm guessing, 3 mil. We got there 3.8. So look, if we could end up with a 3 mil stone, that's quite stable enough to set, no problems. 2 mil starting to get a little bit skinny. When you burnish it over, you've got to be careful with small stones that you could actually crack them if you put too much pressure on them. 3 mil shouldn't be a problem at all, and this is very stable opal anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So what I'm going to do, I think, is, yes, it's wasting a bit of opal, but it's all full of sand anyway, so who cares? I'm just going to go through and cut the back out of this stone, and then when it sets in a nice bezel or an inlay, it'll be a beautiful clean crystal opal, and that will basically increase its value. Alright, we'll go and cut the back out of it and then put it on a dog stick. Okay, let's get into it. We'll just cut the back out of this, make it nice and flat, and get this sand out. Again, lots of water. Sound level now.
hard opal. Soft opal, you push that hard, it just vanishes. It's great stuff. Drop it. Almost out. Little tiny bit left. Making sure the stone's nice and even now. A little bit of sand still just on the edge there. And then I'll put a chamfer around it and that'll get rid of it anyway. So I'm just really lightly now, squaring up the back so it's dead flat. Makes it setting, sits nicely in a setting then. Right, little 45 chamfer. Still that bit there. Okay. Tiny bit of sand there still. Okay, ready for a dog stick. Okay, so I've taken the back off this now. Tiny little spot there we need to remove. A couple of little ones on the face. As you can see, it just disappears. There we would have lost a fair few carats, I would say. Okay, so we're down to 4.2 carats now. How are we off the thickness? That wouldn't have changed much widthways. Okay, 16 by 9. So we're 3.9 at the moment. So if we finish up at 3 mil, that'll be no problem setting it all. So what do? So we're going to put it on dobstick and we can reshape it a bit. And we could actually now, I could change my mind. I could put it into a bezel, or I could make it a claw setting now. And that would make a nice little claw. So this stone's dry now, so it's not very shiny obviously, but yeah, beautiful little solid crystal. Anyway, first step is put it on a dob stick and we'll get the nice shape and we'll get this face polished, and then we'll decide whether we're going to put in a bezel or polish this side as well. Okay, get your favourite metho burner. Start heating up our wax. Not too hot. We'll just warm the stone up a little bit too, because we've had a lot of water on it. We'll just dry that out a tiny bit. Give it a few wipes through the burner. Opal will take a little bit of heat if it's nice and stable, which this is. And that just gets all the moisture out of the stone so your wax sticks nice and easily to it. So get your wax nice and hot. And pop it on the stone. Just like that, get that out of my road. So keep the opal nice and straight on the dob stick. Just makes it so much easier when you're shaping. Keep it nice and square. And then you're ready to do the final shaping and polishing. There we go. Right, I'm just finishing off the shaping a bit here. You can use a jig, but I'm not calibrating this stone. This is going to be a free-form oval shape. Nice and gentle, just taking off any high spots that we think don't help the situation, making it into a oval freeform. Because we make our own settings, we don't have to have them calibrated. Make the setting to suit the opal, not the other way around. Pretty good. Just gently roll out the stone, an edge on it. Nice and even. So either a claw or the bezel setting can go around that, whilst also removing those tiny little bits of sand that we had in there from before. The one there. Slowly roll those out. Make a little cabochon. Keep the stone moving all the time on the wheels. Don't let it stay in one spot or you end up with a flat spot. Not pressing very hard here at the moment. Just getting a bit of a shape to it. Okay, so that'll give you an idea. We just nicely shape that now, and we'll just go through all the different cutting wheels to get a really nice polish on that. And then I might show the cerium oxide stage, and then we'll have a look what we've got, and we may polish the back of this. So I won't bore you with all the rest, and we'll just go to a 600 wheel, then we'll go 1200. We'll go 600, then we'll go 600 with a Nova wheel, 1200 Nova wheel, 3000 Nova wheel, and then we'll cerium oxide it for a high polish.
All right, this is on the 600 flexi wheel. I thought I'll just quickly show you this stage. We do a final shaping on this wheel. It's actually quite flexible, as you can see. So it still will take a little bit of material off. This one's quite worn now, so I actually like this. It doesn't take much off at all. And we'll do a final shaping, and we'll also do a base. We're getting it nice and smooth, and then we'll go to the next wheels and polish. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll just give this a very quick dry. And then what we can do, try and get it to focus, and then we can get the light shining around the surface of the stone. Remembering this is still only a 600 grit, so we're not actually polishing it here, we're just still shaping it and giving it a nice smooth shape, what we're trying to achieve. By doing this when it's dry, you can now see whether there's any scratches, like deep scratches in there. See if there's any sand we still need to remove. And we can start shaping to get more of a cabochon and just seeing exactly where the light plays. You can see the light floating around. I've got a few little lines there I need to take out to get it really nice and rounded. So yeah, it's not too bad. I still need to work that a little bit, get it a bit better. If it's wet, find some water. Where are we? Right, so if the stone's wet and you try and do this, that's just dunked in water now. It's really, it's not a very good example. When it's wet, it's it looks nice and shiny all over and you can't see any real scratches, so you got to do it when it's dry. All right, on to the next bit. better with or without?
Slightly. Put it on again. No, hang on. I'll just.
Okay, so we've gone on the soft wheels now to 600, 1200 and 3000 grit, and this is now dry, and you can see if you shine the light around, you can see whether you've got any deep scratches or anything like that. So this is like a pre-polish, and now we're going to use the cerium oxide to give it a high polish. So, this up. And there you go, that's pretty much polished.
Okay, so this is it off the cerium oxide, so that's one side polished. We just take it off the dob stick now with a sharp knife or a blunt knife, won't really matter. Just give it a gentle touch. It falls off. Get rid of any wax on here. Okay, here we go. This is the finished piece. So beautiful bit of Coober Pedy crystal, colour skin to skin. So we polished the outside there with the cerium oxide. I ended up doing the back as well, just because it does give me the option if I do want to make a claw setting. We can do that if someone's after one. That'll make a beautiful little either a ring stone or a pendant. And what do we end up with the weight? So we've got that settle down. Just can't see with the camera. Right. So 3.8 carats in the end, and size-wise, it is 16.2, 9.3, 3.7. That's plenty to bezel set, or like I said, we can do a claw setting as well. So yeah, beautiful little gemmy piece. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to. That helps me out a lot. And we'll see you in the next video. See you later.